You ready for this, you guys? This one is not going the distance. Hey, welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose. We're so excited. Fight night is coming up. Different opponent, but it's still a fight, and it's probably going to be a good one. I am the Goose. So glad you joined me. Some great information I hope you will find interesting coming in the show. But first, we'll have a little cup of coffee. It is Coffee with the Goose. My coffee, very strong, just like my opinion, and got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. All right. Yes, Errol Spence Jr. is out. So is some other fighter. But we're just going to keep our eyes on the prize here. We're not going to dwell on the negative and shady things going on behind the scenes. I notice it, I see it, I acknowledge it, but I'm not going to talk about it or fret about it one bit. I am excited about the fight coming up August 21st at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The Goose, yours truly, and my great producer Jude will be there throughout fight week to bring you the latest and hopefully the best coverage. We'll have lots of interviews, and it's going to be a great event. Okay, our opponent now is Yordenis Ugas, and if you follow boxing at all, you know about this guy. He's very good, and it's, some people have said, oh, he's a B-level fighter. No, he's not. He's a champion. Even before they took Pacquiao's WBA super welterweight title away from him, Yordenis Ugas was the regular champion. So he's the real deal. Do not overlook a replacement. That mistake was made, and I believe that was Pacquiao's first fight in the U.S. And guess what happened? Pacquiao destroyed the guy. Anyhow, Yordenis Ugas is a native of Cuba, Santiago, Cuba. He is 35 years old, which isn't really that old. He's still got it. He is 26-4 with 12 knockouts. Okay, he is an Olympic bronze medalist. He is a very accomplished fighter. I think he won his first 11 fights of his career. And then, I don't know what happened. Kind of ran into the wall, if you will, and lost a couple of fights and took a couple years off. And then got back in the groove a few years ago. He's won 11 of his last 12 fights. The fight he lost was, I believe, a robbery. That was against Sean Porter. And watch a replay of the fight if you like. I believe the robbery came during the knockdown that was called a slip. Ugas clearly knocked Porter down, but the referee called it a slip. Turned out to be a split decision victory for Porter, and there's your robbery in my humble opinion. But at any rate, he's a championship fighter, 26-4 with 12 KOs. He has a height and reach advantage over Pacquiao. He's 5'9", pretty close to the same size as Spence, 69-inch reach, which is still a 2-inch reach advantage over Manny Pacquiao. Of course, Pacquiao, 42-year-old Filipino fighting legend. He is an 8-division world champion. Nobody's ever come close to that. And if you want to nitpick me, I'll throw this at you. He's a 5-division lineal champion, and nobody has done that. He's been a champion in 4 different decades. He's the only fighter, I believe, ever to win, the welterweight title 4 times, and it may be 5 here in the very near future. He is the WBA champion, welterweight champion in waiting, or something like champion in recess. It's nonsense, okay? He won the welterweight championship, the super championship, with a victory over Keith Thurman 2 years ago. And it was a very exciting win. He knocked Thurman down in the first round. It was a split decision, but really it should have been unanimous. But, be that as it may, it was a victory for Pacquiao over an undefeated fighter in his prime. He, unfortunately, took 22 months off. How dare him? In the middle of the COVID pandemic, no fighter with any self-respect would, that's going too far, but Pacquiao, being the icon he is not about to fight in front of an empty arena. That's just not what he does. His fights are more than fights. They're events. It's pageantry. It's more than, what you would expect from any other fighter. He's one of the greatest ever. Well, the WBA, even though if this was their standard, they would have taken belts away from several other people, but of course they didn't. I don't know what their issue is with Pacquiao, but they took the WBA super welterweight title away from him very unfairly and gave it to Yordenis Ugas, even though he didn't win it. Okay, at any rate, that title is up for grabs here on August 21st. Now, again, to those of you who don't know much about Yordenis Ugas, he's no pushover, okay? You only have to watch a few minutes of highlights from this guy to know that he's coming after you. He is a very aggressive fighter, and he's unlike his Cuban counterparts. Yes, he is very, he's got all the fundamentals down, but, set that aside. He's coming after you. He wants to take you out. And I think it's a little misleading when you look at his knockout total in his career. Only 12 of his 26 wins have been knockouts. But when you see him fight, he wants to knock everybody out in every round. He's very aggressive, and he's very effective. He, again, has lost 4 times, but 3 of those, in my opinion, were very questionable split decisions bordering on robbery. So he might be just as well be 29-1. Okay. Yordenis Ugas is a very good fighter. Now, having said that, with lots of respect, I do respect Ugas. He's a champion, great fundamentals, great aggressive style. He's a tough guy, but the guy he's about to fight is a different animal. He's a beast. Manny Pacquiao is in my opinion, close to the top of his game. He has turned back Father Time. You've been watching his training just like I have the past few weeks. He's a very intimidating figure now at the age of 42. And I saw a funny interview with Justin Fortune, his strength and conditioning coach, just a day ago. I remember we interviewed him. Jude and I had a chance to interview him before the Thurman fight. Justin Fortune used to be a heavyweight fighter, a very good one. He's one of these guys you like to hang around because he's very honest and hilarious all at the same time. And he's going to give you the honest to God truth. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. And he said about Yordenis Ugas, congratulations, you just won the lottery. In other words, he gets to fight Pacquiao, but count your blankety blank blessings, because it's, you better wipe that smile off your face, because your punishment is coming. Yordenis Ugas, you're about to fight somebody like you've never fought before. Not just Manny Pacquiao, but a Pacquiao who is driven and focused and in top shape. And he's coming after you now. Pacquiao's pissed off, I think, after what we saw the last few days and, the, dare I say, corruption in boxing. But according to Justin Fortune, this thing ain't going 6 rounds. And he knows what he's talking about. By the way, one of those 4 losses that Yordenis Ugas suffered was at the hands of a left-hander. So there you have it. He's going to fight not just a left-hander, but maybe the greatest left-hander ever in Manny Pacquiao. So let's not forget, as good as Ugas is, Manny Pacquiao is a beast. He's intimidating. He's coming after you. I wish you the best of luck. Yordenis Ugas, and I dare make a prediction right now. You ready for this, you guys? This one is not going the distance. As good as Ugas is, it's not going 12 rounds. I am not, I'm not going to say 6 rounds like Justin Fortune says. I'm going to say 9. 9-round TKO. Yordenis Ugas is out. He's done. And Pacquiao has the belt back and setting more records. You're going to see Pacquiao at his best here on August 21st at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. You got me. You got my prediction, okay? Let me know what you think. You guys are very passionate, very knowledgeable. You're a smart crowd, and I love to read your comments. And so let me have it. This is it for Coffee with the Goose. We've got more to come, including shows from Las Vegas during fight week. Woohoo! Pacquiao and Ugas. This is going to be great. You guys take care. We'll talk to you again soon.